Hello and welcome to what I am perhaps inappropriately calling a masterclass on predestination. Not just a masterclass on predestination, but you could, is it possible to have a video version of a white paper? And if you say it's not, I even brought some white paper to.
Oh no!
1 second, yeah. So we're calling this a white paper on predestination / masterclass on predestination. And listen to what I say. And if you do, obviously you will have at least two choices.
Everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it.
You can believe it or not, and I hope you will choose to believe it, though I do want you to ask yourself a question or answer this question.
Could you be wrong? Could you have been taught the Bible incorrectly from a general standpoint?
Yes. The answer is yes.
Now, when it comes to predestination, I understand that there are some people who think they know what it's all about.
You think you know, but you don't know.
Nevertheless, I'm going, even if you think you know what it's all about, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor, do yourself a favor. Do this.
Consider what I say, and the Lord give thee understanding in all things.
You might think you know all about predestination, but when you do a deep dive, what happens?
When you do a deep dive is when things get very, very awkward and difficult.
You'll find out there are holes in what is called the golden chain of redemption.
And it's very clear to you and to every single very advanced student and specialist that the standard narrative has holes in it. That's what I'm going to say. The standard narrative does not answer some very pressing questions.
But now, if you hear me out, give ear to what I say, consider what I say, and the Lord gives you understanding, you will be able to mark yourself safe from misunderstanding predestination. And by the way, I'm talking about the predestination that's spoken of in Romans chapter 8. We'll have to do Ephesians 1 at another time. So there are a few different thoughts on predestination that is spoken of in Romans chapter 8, verses 29 and 30. And when we do our deep dive, you're going to be able to understand what the intention of Paul was when he wrote those verses. As far as predestination is concerned and the many different understandings, here's a little video clip, and I'm going to show you my intention is regarding the current understanding of predestination, Romans 8, 29 and 30.
Come together and have Tommy run the first play of the game. And he got the handoff, and there he goes. Made a little cutback move, and it looks like he's going to go all the way. Look at him go. Wow. This is really one of those heartwarming moments in sports where you just... Oh!
Emotional damage.
Now, no children were hurt in the making of this video. I didn't make that video. I'm pretty sure there are no children hurt in the making of it, and we don't want to destroy anyone.
No, please! Don't destroy us! We don't deserve this!
No, not trying to destroy, just trying to enlighten. So consider what I say, and the Lord give thee understanding in all things.
I don't understand.
So I'm sharing this because I want to be a good steward of the mysteries of God, as it's mentioned in 1 Corinthians chapter 4. Now, what I'm sharing about predestination is not a mystery because it's right there in the Bible. But it is kind of like a mystery because apparently the original intent of Paul has been lost, and people have come up with other ways of looking at that portion of Scripture. But if I'm going to be a good steward of the this mystery of God, then I need to share this with you. And again, you have choices. You can believe it or not.
Everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it.
So nowadays, what you hear about predestination is wrong.
Everything you think you know about predestination is wrong. Everything you've been told about predestination is wrong. Everything you've been taught about predestination is wrong. Everything you've read about predestination is wrong if you read it outside Scripture.
I don't understand.
Okay, good. Well, let me explain. When you misunderstand predestination and other doctrines, if you will, portions of Scripture, it can lead to statements like this.
Calvinism is the gospel and nothing else.
You're here. I beg to differ.
So whenever I hear someone say,
Calvinism is the gospel and nothing else.
Was that a true statement?
No.
How about no?
No, sir.
Come on, no.
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 there's this thought that comes to my mind.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious.
You cannot be serious. Now, someone might say, who are you to question certain people? What are your qualifications? Well, my qualifications, I drive truck, so I have to deal with predestination every day. Not only that, but although I was born again at night, it wasn't last night. Now, I repeat, I'm not trying to destroy anyone if you have one of these wrong view of predestination. That's not my intent. I am here to inform.
What, no applause?
But if you are emotionally tied up to the way you see Romans 8, 29 and 30, this can cause you a little bit of
emotional damage.
And not only that, but it could cause you a little bit of
cognitive dissonance.
So, if you think that Romans 8, 29 and 30 is talking about the
golden chain of redemption,
there are two things I can say. I can either say,
what you just said is the most insanely idiotic thing I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response did you come anything close to what could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
or I can say, let's walk through these verses, and I'll give you what I believe Paul was saying. Now, when you do a deep dive into these verses, you'll see he's saying something other than what you're hearing today. Now, this is just the introduction to the masterclass on predestination. We're not going to do that deep dive right now. So, my two things I can say, I can either say,
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
or I can say, let's walk through these verses with me. Let me give you what I believe he's saying, and then once I give you what I think he's saying, then please do this. Consider what I say. The Lord give the understanding in all things. Again, this is just an introduction to the masterclass, to the white papers, on predestination, even if you haven't bought a word I've said so far. Please be sure and check out the deep dive, the walkthrough, the correction, the instructions properly understood on Romans 8, 29, and 30. And you might not be able to thank me now.
You'll thank me later.
Help a brother out. Click that like and subscribe and check out the next video.
The golden chain of redemption.
Consider what I say, and the Lord give thee understanding in all things.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the bell notification.